so you can play.
Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, and in today's video I'm going to do a couple of things that has been requested for quite a while ever since we started doing our Learning Infinity bat reps. And that is, first off, talking about MDF terrain, or all this custom terrain for Infinity, and also showing you the best ways to set up a table for Infinity, or what I like to think are the best ways. Because ever since Infinity came out, and ever since laser cutting machines have become a lot less expensive, there have been all sorts of companies that have cropped up making laser cut MDF terrain. What is that exactly? Well, it's basically MDF is just like a hardboard or a wood product, and then a laser cuts out the pieces and cuts out designs on them, and it has given rise to all sorts of really cool stuff that you can not only use in your Infinity games, but in all sorts of other games. In fact, I first started seeing it crop up for fantasy games, because if you think about it, buildings in fantasy are just perfectly suited for this, because the hardboard is all mostly straight edges. And so fantasy, I've seen Wild Wild West stuff, I've seen sci-fi stuff thanks to Infinity, and we've even used this in our Warhammer 40K battle reports as well. So it's very versatile. And so I wanted to give an honest review of the companies that I've worked with. Now I have to kind of put a few caveats out there. First off, this is not a sponsored video. None of these companies have paid me to do this. However, all of these companies have sent me this terrain for free to use in the battle reports. And so there was that persuasion to use them and to advertise those companies in the battle reports. Like I would say, this terrain is made by Banduo Wargames, and this is by MicroArt Studios, and so on and so forth. And so we have advertised those companies because they sent us free terrain. And all the stuff that you see that's been put together and painted has been assembled and painted by Adam from greenleafterrain.com. And he's done a fantastic job within the budgets that we gave him. And so even if you don't want to assemble and paint it yourself, you can always get a studio such as greenleafterrain.com to do it for you. So this review is going to cover 5 companies, which we'll list below, and also we'll just go through in these videos. And I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of each. And I have to be honest, I have good things to say about each of them, and I have bad things to say about each of them. The one thing I'm not going to review is price. And the main reason for that is because I got all this stuff for free, and so I don't know all the price. Now you can probably say, well, you can look it all up, but there's so many products with each of these companies, and so it's hard to compare what is apples to apples. Like, would you say this building is equivalent to this building, or is it equivalent to something else? So you have to kind of look at it, how much terrain are you going to put in your battlefield, and how much it costs from each of these companies. What I'm going to review instead are 3 fundamental things. First off, how easily they fit together and how easy they were to build, as well as things like durability and all of that. So that's going to be wrapped all in one. 2 is how they look, because that's very important. Terrain makes your battlefield look awesome, or if it's bad terrain, it doesn't make it look awesome. And number 3, functionality, the ones that I enjoy the most in the game. We've done about 30 Infinity battle reports, and we've used all sorts of configurations of all the terrain that I'm going to be showcasing today. And so I've had a lot of experience in trying to get new configurations, because when you do battle reports, you have a bit of pressure to keep things as unique and original as possible. And it's not, you know, as possible, as we see fit. And that really is limited by the miniatures and terrain that you have. Thankfully, we have probably 4 or 5 tables worth of terrain, thanks to all these various companies. So we've been able to try all sorts of different configurations, some that worked well, and some that didn't so much. And sometimes working well or not working well was a function of how I laid out the table, and sometimes it was a function of the scenery. And so that is why I'm going to review it as well. After I'm done this review, we're going to have another video series, or a couple videos, that are going to focus solely on how to set up a good Infinity table. So this first part, all these reviews, they are going to be available for free right here on YouTube. If you want to get all the tutorial on how to set up a table, and we're going to show a lot of different configurations and some of the basics behind it, that is going to be available in the Vault, and that will be in a link below. And the Vault is a subscription site where you pay monthly or yearly to see some premium videos on MiniWarGaming. It's what allows us to run MiniWarGaming. It pays for it's 90% of our revenue, or maybe even 95% of our revenue. So Vault members allow us to function, to pay for our premises, to pay for our equipment, to pay for our employees, to pay ourselves, because this is all we do full-time every single week. And so the Vault membership allows us to do that. So if you're not a Vault member, you can click the link to go and watch those videos, and it'll actually offer you a 7-day free trial that you can sign up for, no obligation, no risk. If you decide you don't want to keep it, you can cancel anytime within the 7 days and it won't bill you. And you still get to watch all the videos that you want to within those 7 days. So you could sign up, check out those videos, and if you don't like the rest of the Vault, go ahead and cancel. I don't think you'll want to, though. The majority of people who try out the Vault stick around for quite some time. And we have a lot of Vault members in there right now helping to support us, and they are awesome. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into the reviews of these 5 different companies. This is going to be a video series, so it's not going to all be in this one video because it would just be too long. And also I'm going to make a video series on different terrain configurations as well. So all the details and links will be in the video description below. So go ahead and check all those out right now, and happy wargaming.